Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Fata Morgana playthrough. Now, today, as you can probably tell by what we are seeing here, we're going to be reading some very, very tough stuff, and we're going to be looking into everything that is surrounding Morgana's backstory again, and Michelle as well. He is going to be experiencing the agony firsthand of everything that she is going through, and he needs to do that if he wants to see Gazelle, because Morgana will not let go of Gazelle easily. She really won't. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to firstly learn about. Oh, it's going to be sick. I'm sorry, but I know this story, it's written well, okay, and I think it has a really interesting concept. It's just sick, and it's a really hard read, like seriously. So yeah, it's going to be quite a night tonight, I think. And I've got my new speakers as well, so we're going to test out reading with them. I might begin reading visual novels only with speakers rather than with earphones. Obviously, it's an exception with Edoge visual novels, but yeah. With normal ones, like, normal. With visual novels without H content, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to reread a bit. Yeah, and isn't it interesting to think about the fact that Michelle is kind of losing sight of who he is himself? Sorry, who he is, just instinctively, because of how powerful Morgana's, I don't know, forced immersion into the story is, if you like. Yeah. I don't even want to imagine what Morgana is feeling. I mean, her story is just sick. There's no positivity whatsoever. And I was thinking about this. Her mother! What an evil asshole. I will bet you anything she had extorting money out of the population as her plan from the start. Not a care in the world of the fact that she is ruining the life of her daughter by doing so. I'm sorry, but this is torture. Like, genuinely, there's no other way of describing it. And maybe if her mother hadn't said one thing, her life would have been entirely changed. Or maybe she actually had a mother that was, well, a responsible parent, maybe. Yeah, and to think about the fact that, I suppose this is quite literally Morgana forcing everything that she is experiencing on Michelle. And it's interesting just how little he can cope and how hard it is. This is quite literally putting something in another person's shoes. Empathizing. I like that. So I suppose if you empathize with somebody, you experience their pain as if it were your own. But obviously, this has been taken really quite literally here. Yeah, that must really, really hurt. Yeah. I mean, it must be awful. having a consistently low amount of blood. I mean, I do wonder, like, just what the exact things that she's experiencing are. Like, if you put it through a scientific lens, what you would find. That is interesting. I do wonder what her mission is. Yeah, but I suppose what's going on is, it's funny, Michelle just thinking, yes, I can go through this pain, and him just having the false perception of being able to succeed. And then it all betraying him. That is what Morgana has experienced as well. Yeah, so obviously you just have a question of what the fuck happened, because Morgana is the most sadistic person. She is the most cruel. So what happened to make her become the witch here, I wonder? Yeah, it's pointless thinking about it, I see that. Fair enough. So this person who has bumped into the Lord has actually saved Morgana's life. Wow. Yeah, it must have been absolute chaos. Whoever gets the sword wins the battle. Yeah, isn't that interesting? But the only thing is, I really don't blame Morgana for thinking that, because, I mean, look at how little physical strength she has. Of course she wouldn't be able to. Good. I'm surprised that people are actually being kind to her. That's really nice. God. Oh, Jesus. God, you can really tell how merciless people are. These people are living through such difficult conditions, and yet they're still being taxed. Yeah, that's the law, unfortunately. Very evil. Right. My God, I know. Yeah, it's just the ultimate opposition to what you used to be. I really hope that's not going to happen. God. Yeah, fair enough. Good. But that's what he's saying now. I don't know if I trust this fully. Yeah, fair enough. Reasonable. Reasonable. Yeah. Oh my God, is that the first time she's seen herself in a mirror? Oh God. Yeah, that must be hard. Yeah, and it is interesting that even now she maintains her thoughts of being a saint and being somebody who has importance. Jesus. Oh, yeah. Like, for example, why did they think that this person looked like a witch? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I totally agree, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Interesting. It's a very reasonable suspicion. Yeah, my god, and it must just be so sick because her face is basically exactly the same as something you would see in your nightmares here, let's be honest here. Something that is terrifying, something that you would never, ever want to see. That's what your face is. And that's what she has to put up with. That's the worst thing. This is what defines her. Yeah, and my god, it really works to her disadvantage, this as well. God, and this is the sick thing, it's never going to grow back. These scars are always going to be there. I can't imagine when these people were cutting the skin off her face, they were very, well, I don't know, considerate of the fact that she might have to, I don't know, live with these scars. Yeah, and obviously it was probably done in the most painful way possible. Yeah, exactly. You're a witch because of said saint. Yeah, and I can see why Morgana was thinking that she wouldn't become a witch had she died not knowing the truth of who she is. It is really interesting with these things, especially now, in the modern day. Firstly, something like this would be completely illegal. I hope. And secondly, I mean, you have so many mirrors, you have phones, you have anything like that. You have so many means of checking your reflection. And that's just why I think stories like this, they've used the time they're set in to their advantage. I like how they've done that. Also, mirrors must have been quite expensive during this time, surely? Yeah, reasonable. Yeah. I would. Oh my god! If I was in Morgana's situation, I would be terrified. I would just be terrified. I wouldn't be able to think rationally at all. Yeah, because I suppose this is how you defined your personality and how you defined everything about yourself. So of course. Yeah. So it's just everything you've built yourself up on just being completely mocked. Yeah, and that's just a clever little excuse. Just to get you motivated to perform your best, really. God, so I wonder what the slave's gonna say. Well, firstly, it's because of the fact that you are believing in religion so strongly. I mean, I get that it's her faith, but it's ruining her life. But look at how old the times are. Why would she know any different? Of course. I mean, he seems like a good person. You see somebody properly in need. Somebody in need so much so that their body can't even coordinate anymore. And they probably are very, very unhealthy in terms of their physical processes. And also somebody who's a slave and just made to be slandered, really. Yeah. Well, I mean, even though she is totally defenseless and probably doesn't really speak to the slaves the most, she's experiencing the same thing, and he just feels that, like, helping as a sense of helping somebody in a family, I'd assume. I mean, how could he ever do something like that? Yeah, exactly. That's the worst thing. Yeah, and it's interesting that religion is the one thing that drives her to not suicide. Who would not? Oh god, I know. Yeah, and having to live near that. Obviously having to listen to the sounds as well. Yeah. That's interesting that she says that. Yeah, I know. And this is the worst thing. She's so vulnerable physically as well. To be honest, I mean, I get that she's absolutely terrified of how she looks herself, but I think in a situation like this, it actually works really well, because nobody is going to want to fuck somebody like her, I'd hope. So obviously there's no possibility of her going on prostitution, which is a good thing, because that, I'm sorry, but I mean, that would just be, I don't know how you can make events of somebody's life go this low. Yeah, but you can make them go even lower if you add prostitution into the mix. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting that she thinks the women just as repulsive at first, but then, yeah, she totally changed, because I suppose even though, well, ultimately there's a difference between how people act in and out of work, I suppose. You can kind of put it in this context as well. Because obviously, these people here, they obviously need to make money to live and have food and not starve. It's actually really quite nice that These people are all under the same boat. They are just the bottom of society, and that's what kind of brings them together and what makes them relate and what makes them help people who are clearly vulnerable, which is, I think, if there's anything good about this tale, at least that is something that goes on. God, yeah. Yeah. These people are really kind of, holy shit. Almost. Oh god, that's unfortunate. I wonder if we're going to see Morgana's face. Good. Yeah, so it's all going well, which is surprising. So what's going to cause it to completely decline? What's going to cause... Because this is the thing, we know that it's going to decline. This would be a good tale for a sadist, because it's just the worst possible scenario in every single situation. Where was... Yeah, look at this. How did she become the witch we know now? Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And it's horrible to think about the fact that, let's be honest, she is an ordinary human girl. But the only thing is, she's been deluded to believe that she's a saint and that she's above... Well, she's a rank that's special. And I suppose it's her way of reassuring herself, and that obviously adds further weight to why she would be so terrified about seeing her face. But, yeah. It's just sad that... oh my god, this person's mother is so horrible. It's so disgusting. Yeah, and isn't it interesting when people have purposes? It's just for the purpose, the reason they're living. There's such a lack of individuality. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. And she was very impressionable, so she did believe that she could perform miracles. And isn't it interesting that she still believes this? Yeah, I see that. Well, I mean, I don't blame her in the way of thinking that she's known this for the entirety of her life. So why would she be able to want to change? Yeah, fair enough. God, these people were giving her more love than her mother probably did. To think about the fact that this person is only 12 years old. That's probably the most sick part of it all. So I do wonder if this slave is kind of like an adult tending towards a kid. Maybe he kind of feels like a father to her. Because the thing is, I find it always really quite hard to remember that Morgana as a kid here. I mean, just with how seriously everything's told. It's hard to believe. And it's really hard to remember. Because no person this young should... Well, nobody should have something like this happen to them full stop, but no young and impressionable kids as well. That's so sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I think she should just totally drop it. Yeah, fair enough. Because life is cruel, especially in times like these. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Why? Did they kidnap her or something? Yeah, fair. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so they are proper threats. Yeah, fair enough. And the thing is, she's probably still really quite physically weak. It's... Oh my god, could you imagine having to develop with something like this and how stunted Morgana's development, well, like physical development must be because of the lack of blood that she's been able to have. God. Oh, Jesus. God, that's the worst thing. Jesus. Yeah, where to? God. Yeah, fair enough, I don't blame her. Yeah, reasonable. Who wouldn't be? But why would you ask this young kid why they're crying if there were lots of other people crying, and yet it's not something, why is it not something significant that the other people were crying, and yet it is significant that this person is crying? Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Is this kind of like a genocide or a concentration camp or something? God. Yeah. Yeah, and isn't it interesting, this way of perceiving herself, she's losing it. Yeah. Oh, wow. That was not what I was expecting. Yeah, totally reasonable. He's done a very, very tactical move. Yeah, fair enough. Out of everybody, Morgana. For a moment, oh Jesus. How is this going to be any worse than it is? Oh God. I'm confused. So he kills all of the slave traders, and then he kills all of the people in the carriage. Why? I mean, asking Morgana why she's crying, surely you would have thought that's more a caring person, not, well, Yukimasa. Just murderous beyond belief. Yeah, God, you can tell it happened fast if that's having to be said. What do you mean rolling your shoulders? Like that? Why? Guts as well. Fucking hell. Yeah, making no mercy whatsoever. What the fuck have these people done? Yeah, I take. Oh my God, and not only just the scene, all your five senses as well. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, reasonable. Oh God, what's happened now? More blood. I recognise this blood pattern, I think. Well, he was unconscious. yeah, good question. What? What? What the fuck? Yeah, why? Oh, Jesus. Dude, this person is fucking 12 years old. I'm 18 and I would be scarred for life if I saw something like this, was involved in something like this. Anybody was, actually. It doesn't even matter about the age, but I mean, the point I'm trying to make is just this is a child experiencing this. That makes it infinitely worse. Oh God, where are we going now? Hell, we're going into. Do you know what? I'm gonna try and... un-EQ my audio. See what happens. Oh God, more blood. Yeah. Blood. It really is a theme of this story. Yeah, so I'm assuming that, I mean, that guy, different skin colour, probably subject to racial discrimination, being sold as a slave, just the most sick things of life all combined in one. And he's probably gone absolutely insane from it, so much so that he's just desensitized himself. He's such a good swordsman, though. I mean, to be able to kill that guard, firstly. I mean, the guards were so terrified of him that they did nothing to stop him. Must have been so terrifying. God. Reasonable, yeah. Oh God, that's awful. Are these dismembered hands or something? Yeah, isn't it ironic to think about the fact that if you go down this endless staircase, because of the fact that we are in the world of the dead rather than the living, logic is a bit different. I love that these hands are so... Oh, never mind. Never mind. I just misinterpreted it. Jesus Christ. Well, I suppose it would have hit less when all of these people have been gone as a result of the bandit. That's reasonable, yeah. So I suppose in the short term it's good for her to be able to live like a human being, but in the long term it's awful just in this sense. I suppose being somebody with the thought, well, having the thought of the fact that you are a disciple of God and that this is all a test from God, I suppose that will give the impression of just in general, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So I suppose death would have just been more normalised a concept, because I suppose God is the person who controls life or death. So I suppose if you were a saint and you were above human beings, then you shouldn't be able to be so disturbed by a natural part of life. Well, this is not natural, this is sick, but a part of life, essentially. I don't know, I don't really know how to explain what I'm thinking. Yeah, you just don't have the energy and you don't have the physical strength, and that is the thing. Morgana's mind, I mean, how awful is it? You're so terrified about what the hell is going on, and you just can't comprehend it, and in stress, your mind just shuts down. I really would assume that, I don't know, it must be so hard to live with just a brain that's not fully functioning. Wait, actually, let me just see. What happens if someone loses lots of blood? What the fuck? Safe search is locked by it's a filter by your network or device. Jesus Christ, what would I have got if I didn't have safe search? Scary. So apparently, without immediate medical intervention, losing more than 40% of your total blood volume, so about 2 litres in an average adult, is typically fatal without medical intervention. So when you lose a lot of blood, so dizziness or lightheadedness due to low blood pressure, fatigue and weakness, nausea and vomiting, yeah, shortness of breath and increased breathing. Like, fucking hell, that must be a nightmare. Yeah. What happens to the brain with a lack of blood in the body? Oh, anemia happens. So fatigue, weakness, shortness of breath, pale skin and jaundice. Jesus Christ. Impaired brain function as well. And severe anemia can result in heart failure, fainting and death. Okay. And apparently if your brain's not getting enough blood, you can also have confusion, difficulty speaking and seizures. It can even cause lifelong brain damage. Jesus Christ. It's interesting to interpret a story so old kind of with scientific data that you can just get data that's based on facts that are based on scientific theory on Google. I mean, I won't be bothered to check the sources because I can't be bothered, but yeah, just the general idea. Well, let's hope the sources are accurate, to be fair. I didn't use AI overview, by the way, before you ask. Yeah, just the most. Yeah, I like that detail. Yeah. I know, I totally agree. Sick. Yeah. Who? And if it doesn't devastate you, you're not human. I mean, who wouldn't? I do wonder what Morgana is trying to do. I mean, obviously you'll remain listening to the story and sympathising with the pain and despair. But you have to if you want to see Gazelle. I suppose Michelle's desire to see Gazelle and get through Morgana's tale was like Morgana's. Well, I mean, does she even have a desire to live? I mean, to be fair, if she makes all of the god personality go, then she will probably realise that suicide is one of the best things that she can do. I don't know, maybe she will live, but I just think with such a disturbingly awful life, it would be very hard to. It really does feel like we're on the bottom layer of hell at the moment. Yeah, just like in the carriage. Yeah. Oh God, what now? Yeah. Yeah, reasonable. And the worst thing about this as well, can I just mention, is the fact that she is so weak. She can barely do anything for herself. And there is a huge chance of everything just going wrong because of her deteriorating health. Yeah, you're lucky. Jesus. Even though there was someone there. Oh my God. Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good sign. Jesus Christ. But the only thing is, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of these people, even the people who do really badly, let's say even the bandits, they are doing this just because of the fact that they are desperate, because they have no other way of living. Because that's the thing about times like these. People had such awful qualities of life that they resorted probably to things that were so much worse than people would dream of doing in, I don't know, like modern day society. Or at least in countries that are civil. Yeah, in, I don't know, countries with fallen governments and failed states, stuff like that. Yeah, sure, people probably still do this, but hopefully it's decreased in peaceful countries. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is people they did so many more bad things just because they were desperate to keep themselves alive. Well, yeah, totally. She is unsaintly, but yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose there's no reason you can, but I mean, it isn't the most right thing to do because that was somebody's property. But at the same time, I mean, desperation calls in situations like these, even if it is wrong. That's true, but does this woman deserve to be thrown in a lake after having died? That's the question you've got to ask. Totally reasonable, and especially considering the fact that she is living fully alone. Can I just mention, no education at all has been able to happen to Morgana. That just shows, I mean, obviously she's a woman, so in times like those, that's just a reason for why they wouldn't have given her education, just because of her gender. But also because of the fact that she's poor. There's such little availability to something like that. Yeah, fair enough. I don't blame her after everything other people have made, what has made everything that has happened to her as a result of other people. Totally reasonable. Yeah, reasonable. And of course, I mean, having to speak to people, putting up fronts and having to hide a core part of yourself as well. I can see why you would just not want to trust anybody. That's interesting. So I suppose this is one of... Oh, yeah. So it's interesting when you think about the two people. So this is the first person we saw. But the only thing that I find unusual is... this person has the same definition as Mel. But we were told he was Mel. And I suppose there was also the murderer, who we thought might have been Yukimasa, but it was never explicitly stated that it was him. I don't know. Interesting. God, he really is trying everything. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and he really doesn't care. It's interesting, some of the themes that are really quite present in chapter 1 to 3 of this story are surprisingly repeated here. True. Yeah, fair enough. And that's why it's so valuable. Oh God. Oh, that's awful. Yeah, that's really tough. Yeah, and isn't it interesting to think about the fact that she's desperately offering solutions that are, well, I suppose that are medical remedies at the time. And what I find quite interesting is that she's just completely forgotten about her old personality, if you like. Really, does it? Yeah, true. Yeah, and I wonder what he would think. I do wonder what he thinks about this person's appearance, because obviously he's not giving that much of a harmful impression. But at the same time, maybe he could be trying to be really nice just so that he can extort medicine out of her. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, they are united even though their whole family has basically outcasted them and voiced very obviously their objection to them. Yeah. You've got to be kidding me. That's really unusual. Oh god. I mean, I suppose the miracle is the fact that she's been able to have a few extra days of her life. But the only thing is, I really do wonder if that's just because of a placebo effect. And rather than Morgana's blood actually having any significance. Oh my god, that looks so creepy on my webcam. That's hilarious. It's all of the colours. I must say, I wish the colours were a bit more vibrant, but sadly they aren't. So it just looks really odd, the faded colours of my face and how they kind of mix with my hoodie's colours. It's literally what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, totally reasonable. And I'm sorry, but why are we in the time period where language like placebo effect would have been made? Actually, to be fair, I'm being a bit of an idiot because I mean, when we saw the bad ending where we saw Michelle go to modern society and we saw the other white-haired girl of the, I don't know, 20th or 21st century, there probably would have been that language which would have been created. But at the same... Wait, hang on a sec. When did the placebo effect... When was it discovered? Oh, damn. So it was first qualified in 1955. Yeah, so, I mean, if Morgana is somebody who doesn't exit the mansion and lives within its walls, and there's nobody who has come in the mansion from, like, 1870, i.e. Jakobov's time, to the present, then how does she know the word placebo? I don't get it. Yeah. Yeah, because Morgana's properly supporting this person as well. You've got to be careful. Yeah, because of the fact that you are genuinely concerned. Yeah. He's just trying to do anything he can for his sister. Yeah, fair enough. Do you mean quite literally opening up? So it's interesting. I mean, I suppose if it wasn't for Morgana, then the sister wouldn't have had some hope. Yeah, but God, that's interesting. He's probably becoming disturbed because Morgana can't see and notice just how much the cutting of herself for blood is ruining her physical appearance and how much it is just completely distorting everything. And that is what the flaxen-haired boy can see. So it doesn't surprise me at all that he would be disturbed about what his desire to protect his sister is causing to Morgana. Maybe this could have been done out of kindness. I don't know. It's kind of hard to imagine. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that is very dodgy. Yeah, because of the appearance. And because of the fact that you were in the cottage of a person who was previously considered a witch. She's not a witch. She's just somebody who was knowledgeable on herbs and plants and well, just flora in general and their effect on the human health. Well, not really their effect on the human health because science wasn't very big in times like these, but just the changes that you could observe and changes that other people felt from this type of medicine, I suppose. This is what happens to people. You have a favour and then word of mouth goes by and then people realise that you have a favour and then what do? They take advantage. Yeah. It's probably because of the appearance though. What? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't blame him whatsoever. Why did I do it? Oh, I just felt like it. Just felt like destroying people's lives and giving them pain that they could probably never have imagined. And obviously ending all the potential they had in their future. Just because he felt like it. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know what to think about this guy. I really don't. I can't tell if he's somebody who's nice or if he's somebody who is just trying to use her and he's maybe doing these walks just for his own benefit. Who knows? And it's interesting the contrast between a saint, a witch, and an ordinary girl. And isn't it interesting, just the tendency humanity has, just something's different to the normal, and just put a label on it. Yeah, and it's just interesting, you can see here just all of these different labels. You are yourself, and it's just interesting in this sense, just the conflict somebody has on just categorizing themselves and just thinking about who they truly are. God, I do wonder how long this person's sister is going to live. You really get the impression that Morgana is... Oh, yeah, fair enough. But you really get the impression that Morgana is possibly developing feelings for this person. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Oh god. I don't know if this is... I don't know why, I just have a bad feeling about this. Oh god. What is going on? Oh my god. Yeah. What the fuck? What, like a proper amputation? Jesus fucking Christ. Yep. There's your answer. This flaxen-haired guy, a total user. You just get to know somebody so that you can have potential to... It was like that argument I was making before. People have bad situations, so as a result of that, they completely destroy their moral compasses to try and solve said bad situations, and this is exactly what has happened here. Oh my fucking god. Jesus, does this woman ever get peace? I don't even want to imagine what this must feel like. Oh my god. Oh my god, could you imagine just how fucking terrifying something like this must be? I mean, you've had your arm for the entirety of your life, and then you open the door, and then the second you realise who is actually there, well, you look at the same place you always would have looked at when your arm was there, and then it's just gone. I don't even want to imagine how horrifying that must be. Yeah, and isn't it interesting that this story is just becoming more and more tainted with blood? Fucking hell. Scream. I literally predicted it. Yeah, of course. It's totally reasonable. Yeah. It must have been very, very, very difficult hiding it all in as well. Can I just mention that? And she still instinctively thinks of the same. But it does make sense considering that she is trying to... Well, this blood-giving thing's still happening. Yeah. With one arm, not two. I would instinctively say, well, I'm sorry, but even if she was physically able to do anything, then it's not as if he would be able. It's not as if she would be able to outrun the guy with the sword. Sorry, the absolute murderous psychopath with the sword. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they are. It's your kindness. Your kindness has totally backfired on you because these people were disgusting users of your kindness. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I can imagine it, but I can never quite put myself in your shoes because, let's be honest, I think this is the point she's trying to illustrate. If we actually put ourselves in her shoes, we would go insane. We would find it so hard to cope because, let's be honest, how can anybody ever want a life this awful and live a life this awful as well? Yeah, that indicates a coward. Or maybe it's just because of the fact... I thought it was because he was disturbed at what he had done, and I thought that could have indicated that he's genuinely kind. But if I'm going to be honest, I think he stopped seeing this... He stopped seeing Morgana because he was more disturbed about... well, no, I suppose he I think ever since he began stopping his consistent visits, that was probably when he was plotting to take the arm with the other psychopath criminal, and that's probably when it all began. Yeah, interesting, the cowardice. Trembling hands, that's interesting. God, you flee, you're disgusting. Oh God. Interesting, the willpower she did not have. Dude, you have amputated somebody's fucking arm, and that's nothing personal. I will be surprised if Gazelle doesn't... Gazelle. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I am tired. Morgana doesn't die of blood loss. Seriously. What do you mean? I know! Who will lose her church? That's unusual. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe somebody is using Morgana's miracles. Maybe you're getting blood from Morgana that can then be used by somebody in a church so that their business and trickery can continue. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, and it's not like you can get over this, no way. Even if you did get over it, you're going to be entirely changed for your life. You've got no... Well, you've only got one arm. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, reasonable. Exactly, yeah, it's totally reasonable. No. You can't. The Lord. Oh my God, fuck. You're back to stage one. Stage 1? Sorry, I meant step 1. Fucking Toho player. Well, I don't play it anymore, but I used to. The Lord. I agree. I know, I agree. It's unusual, but maybe another status symbol. Well, does she have any choice in the matter? Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly, yeah. 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 And unfortunately, the only person who is actually viewing this with a reasonable lens is the victim. The person who is powerless. Yeah. No, I totally agree. Oh, interesting. It just shows the meaninglessness of it all and how easily it can happen. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, totally, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, fair enough. God. Fair. This must be so tough. Yeah. Oh my god. Damn. God. So this is what she looks like. What a disturbing portrayal. Oh my god, dude, the fuck? That's in chapter 1. That is Mel's dream. Oh, this is weird. Yeah, exactly. At least one person has a voice of reason. Interesting that Mel had the dream out of anybody. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's sick. Yeah, nothing remotely, oh, I don't know, human, maybe. Well, yeah. Exactly, yeah. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's unusual. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. After all of that, that is what you say? Yeah, yeah. Ironic. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Isn't that ironic? They're two sides of the same coin. Yeah. Okay, so we... Fair. Yeah, yeah, totally reasonable. Good. Fair enough. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Oh, yeah. I remember Gazelle and the village. Yet another similarity. Yeah, totally reasonable. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. God. Fair. Oh, that's interesting. Which is exactly what happened in chapter 1, ironically enough. Yeah, fair enough. Fair. And we've seen them come true. Yeah. That is such a difficult question. Let me guess, it's going to give us a choice. Oh no, it won't. Yeah. Oh my god, what? This is so weird. Fair. Yeah. Just like Morgana. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, yeah. God, it's such a good offer. Yeah. God, I know. All of that. Yeah, 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 yeah. God. In times of vulnerability like this, you still remember Gazelle. She's probably quite impressed. Yeah. Oh, I like it. It's kind of what Morgana's doing. It's kind of like Morgana's life, but it's being applied to Michelle now. Yeah. God, what's gonna happen, I wonder? I'm surprised. Who wouldn't? God. There is no way Gazelle's going to be there. No way. As you could tell, I just really was interested in that story. I just didn't really feel like stopping it just because it was so interesting. And yeah, we're gonna unpack the fuck out of this tomorrow, which I'm really quite excited for, honestly. There's a lot of very interesting stuff here, and a lot of stuff that can actually really change how we view all of this story, really. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what will happen. And yeah, honestly, I'm really excited just to see what is behind that door. And I love Michelle's character development as well. I think it's done really nicely, and it's going to be interesting to see how this story ends as well. And maybe we're going to see some sort of visual representation of Morgana's face as well. I do wonder if that would be possible. There's a lot of really cool things about Morgana's backstory, and honestly, I think that disturbing soundtrack that comes with it, it's so well done. And yeah, honestly, I'm excited for tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna spend like an hour and a half or an hour just unpacking everything. It's gonna be so fun. So yeah, I'll see you guys then.